Good evening, friends. Welcome to another one of 15 Fridays Gut Health. Can you believe that after tonight we will only have about 7 left? That's right, we are really close to the end of the list right here. And I'm really excited because whether you join live or you see the recording afterward, I feel like all this information grouped under the umbrella of gut health can be valuable tools to be used in days, weeks, months, and years following these days that it's being done live. So tonight's event is about mental health and connections to gut health specifically, how it's related, and different factors as to how you can improve upon both of these and how it's equally beneficial on both ends. And then also, this was an unplanned part, but I did a live video on Facebook talking about SSRIs, which are mental health medications. And I want to touch on those before I got into the portion of tonight's event where I speak about solutions to these things. So, as always, the format that I've come up with is to ask, have a few questions that are answered through these various points when it comes to the topic at hand. And if you see me looking down, it's because I'm checking these notes. And I also just ate dinner. It seems it doesn't matter if I eat or not. I will always get indigestion while pregnant doing these, so bear with me. I just need a little bit of water to start it off because water is also crucial. Did you drink your water? Excuse me. Okay, now let's get started. So the few questions I went off of for tonight's event is how is gut health and mental health related? How does working on your gut health improve your mental health? How does a healthy lifestyle change benefit mental health? And I also added a question, what's a wise alternative to medications? And we all know what the answer is. It's various things I want to talk about, and of course, the supplements that I know and trust that I like to share with everyone. And so, without further ado, I would like to get started. Okay, so for the first question, gut health and mental health are closely related because the gut and brain communicate with each other. This connection is often called the gut-brain axis. So you can think of it as like a two-directional, two-lane highway, sending and receiving, different messages back and forth to each other constantly, whether you're awake or asleep. It does it without you having to think about it. And there goes indigestion. The gut's microbiome produces neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. So those are essentially like your happy hormones, the things that make you feel elated and happy and joyful. It's all, through neurotransmission. So, like I said, your gut health and your mental health greatly affect one another. And the first example there is that the gut microbiome, when it's in a healthy state, it's prone to produce more dopamine and serotonin, which they both affect your mood and your mental health. So an unhealthy or a leaky gut can both cause inflammation, which can signal stress to the brain. Now, leaky gut, you can think of you've been unhealthy for a while, so the lining of your gut, which is pretty much your intestines, your digestive tract, and whatnot, it's got Swiss cheese holes in it, and they might not be huge holes, and if they are, that's when you go over to the doctor. But I'm talking about these little like really really microscopic holes where things can get released from your gut and go into the rest of your body and cause more issues. So leaky gut is something I will have a little event on later on to go more into details. But think of it as like Swiss cheese gut, so not everything is contained. So it doesn't just go from eating to your stomach, to your intestines, to your lower digestive tract, your bowels, and expelled from the body. Don't mind the noise of my dog. And the other one is an unbalanced gut. So, like, if you have an overabundance of bad bacteria in your gut, say it's 80-20 and 80% is bad bacteria and 20% is good, an unbalanced gut creates more inflammation because your body's a little bit out of whack. So therefore, it'll affect the amount of dopamine and serotonin that gets sent to your brain, and honestly cause higher amounts of stress because you're not getting as much body hormones. And your digestive conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, like I just said, and also other conditions that are related to that, can be linked to anxiety and depression. Because, like I said before, when you have an imbalance in your gut or something's off or out of whack when it comes to your digestive system, it will affect your mental health. So stress also in life, as I said, it goes both ways. So if you have more stress in your life, it can cause a loss of appetite, stomach pains, or digestive issues. So there's a two-way effect, as one affects the other and vice versa. So that just comes to show that if one's out of whack, the other's out of whack. If this is out of whack, that's out of whack. So it's like everything is connected and everything is important and everything does matter every single day. So a healthy lifestyle would include regular exercise, a balanced diet, sufficient sleep, stress management techniques, and gut healthy supplements to fill in nutritional gaps. Can significantly benefit your mental health by reducing anxiety and depression, improve your mood, boost your energy levels, enhance cognitive function, and promote a greater sense of well-being and self-esteem. So essentially allowing you to better manage stress and cope with daily challenges. So when you start improving all different factors of your life, that's when your overall health can also start to improve because, unless you're someone who wants to just cut the corners and take a medication every single day and still continue to live a sedentary and stressful and unfulfilling and a poor balance in your sleep and a poor diet, it's gonna, you're not gonna have as good of a time as if you're like, what, I'm going to have some healthy exercise because it's good for my health, or I'm going to have healthy diet, or I'm going to make sure I get enough sleep, or I'm going to make sure that I keep everything kind of intact. And like I said, the you can do more than just take medication to improve those mental health feelings like anxiety and depression. I just needed to check that in a previous page. Okay, also, this is another key essential part, and I bet you didn't think about this part because it didn't occur to me until I started to improve in this area, how much of an effect it had. And I'm sorry, I keep looking over there. My dog was like doing himself. That's what dogs do, but he got distracted. Maintaining social relationships can provide support, and maintaining social relationships provide support and can combat feelings of loneliness, which also can negatively impact mental health. The general importance of mental health influences everyday decisions from what you eat and what you wear to how to prioritize tasks and manage time. So, like I said, everything kind of goes full circle. If you balance everything in your life, you have good sleep, you have a good diet, you get adequate amount of exercise, you drink plenty of water, you take supplements to fill in nutritional gaps. You'll have a boost in your mood and a boost in your energy levels, and you'll feel more balanced and you'll feel more self-esteem, and you'll have higher cognitive function. Your brain will work better because everything else is working better. And it feels like a juggling act, and it can feel overwhelming if that's not the lifestyle you've lived before. However, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You can start tackling this task or one step at a time. It doesn't have to be an overall everything shift all in one day to change it all for the better. you can take your time. A good book to help with that is a book called Atomic Habits. If you strive to get 1% better every single day, you can kind of make an overall change over a year's time. But if you want to move faster than that, you always can. That book is very helpful for people who struggle with creating better habits and how to replace the bad habit with the good habit and so on and so forth. So everything is very kind of important and well connected together. So before I talk about a little bit of the gut health through natural supplementation aspect, which is something I don't have notes on, I'm just going to wing it. But before I do that, I want to talk about dare I say, the medications that people get prescribed. And I was on an epilepsy medication years ago. I don't have seizures anymore because I think my body healed from it. And all factors point to, all the evidence points to the fact that my body has healed from it. Excuse me. And I've been off those medications for about 6 years. And that was prior to me starting this gut healthy lifestyle and kind of in conjunction with me starting to lead a healthier, physically active lifestyle and eating cleaner and everything. So everything just kind of like happened over time. Like I said, you can take your time, but don't stand still and don't go backward because the only way to make progress is by going forward. So I was watching actually the other day the RFK little hearings where he was speaking about these medications that a lot of people, a lot of young people even are being put on, and they might not even really necessarily need these medications because, like I said, if you focus on your gut health and you focus on, your healthy activity levels and your diet and everything and all these different moving parts of a really healthy lifestyle, you won't need to supplement it with medications. You can just kind of supplement your nutritional gaps with really healthy, really balanced tools to heal your gut and make you better. So these SSRIs, have you ever heard of them before? And that acronym actually stands for Selective Serotonin Reuptake Inhibitors. This is something that is made to reduce the symptoms of mental health issues like anxiety and depression. So right off the bat, these are designed to create that stimulant in your brain that gives it more serotonin and dopamine, which is something that is produced naturally if you heal your gut. So as you can see from what I said before, by doing all these good things for your body, you get the same thing that these medications can give you, the same kind of results. However, when you take these medications, you do get a similar result as you do if you change your lifestyle to a more healthy lifestyle. But the downside is long-term effects and even some short-term effects can affect your health in a very negative way in other aspects of your life. Long-term usage can cause weight gain or the inability to lose any kind of excess weight. And I had spoken with a friend of mine who had been on these medications for several years, and she had recently started to reduce her intake of these medications. And it was just when she started to lower her dosage that she was starting to get closer to her pre-medicated weight, so to speak. She's not heavy overall, but she just noticed a difference in herself. She felt heavier, maybe her hips felt a little bit wider, her thighs were a little bit bigger. And she had a hard time taking it off at the dosage she was at. And as soon as she got the okay from her doctor to get a lower dose, that's when she started to change her body. So I found that to be an interesting correlation with what I found in my little bit of research here. And I'm going to tell you right up ahead, the further I go reading up on these side effects, the more my jaw just drops to the floor because I'm thinking, why wouldn't you want to just go through the process of creating a healthier lifestyle for yourself rather than risk all these side effects, whether minor or major? And they do get major. I just want to clarify that. And I understand why people are defensive about their medications that they're currently on because they might feel like there's no other way, but I'm trying to open up your mind and let you see that there are other possibilities, other viable ways of managing these mental health symptoms through the health of your gut. So let's start with the minor or more minor sound. I almost said sound effects. I mean side effects. Um, so minor, as in, I guess when you first start taking them, or things that your body goes into like this like, oh my goodness, what'd you just give me, kind of thing. Like when you start taking them, or you have to increase your dosage, stuff like that. So they're not minor, but they were the less severe ones than what I found further down in the research. So that's nausea, diarrhea, insomnia, headaches, sexual dysfunction, agitation, and dry mouth. So right off the bat, you're not going to have too much of a good time. And I don't think every single person experiences all of these side effects, otherwise they wouldn't be taking them. But these can get pretty out of hand. Like, I don't know about you, if you've ever had headaches, they can be kind of debilitating and kind of put a damper on your life. And having insomnia, that interrupts your sleep. That makes your gut health a little more out of balance. That also makes it harder for your mental health to be good. So these SSRIs give you that artificial boost of dopamine and serotonin to make up for what they also do to your gut in a negative aspect. And so it's trying to put a band-aid on things while also creating more holes in your health, so to speak. So the more serious side effects, as if those were just minor, and before I go into that, I used to think things like dry mouth wasn't that serious, but then when you realize your mouth needs to be moisturized or your gums get dry, your tongue gets dry and everything. And when your gums get more dry, you're more prone to dental decaying issues and stuff, and gum resection and stuff like that. So it can actually get pretty serious. And most people don't realize it comes from their anxiety medication. And that's kind of a scary thing, actually. So if I would just finish this off here with the serious side effects, there's something called serotonin syndrome, and it can be potentially life-threatening as too much serotonin is released into the brain, and the symptoms are confusion, agitation, hallucinations, and seizures. So by giving your brain too much serotonin, it develops this condition called serotonin syndrome, which can like really throw off your mental health entirely and make it a really, really hard time. I just keep getting distracted. I should have put him outside, but we're too late into it now. And other really serious symptoms are increased suicidality, and that's something that we really don't need to have people experiencing, because life is hard enough without your medication making you believe that you want to check out earlier. And I pray for anyone who deals with that. That is a very serious thing. I've been there before, and I promise you, life isn't over and everything is going to be okay. So, please talk to somebody if you've experienced that, and let your doctor know if your medication is doing that, and try to get off of it if this is a symptom that you experience. You can have increased thoughts and behavior of these things under the treatment. So, like I said, if this is your side effect, that is your sign to get off of this medication and seek something natural. I promise you, you'll feel so much better if you do that. And be aware of it, and beware, I guess. If someone you love also starts having these feelings and stuff, and they're on these medications, advocate for them, speak to them, try to open their eyes and their mind to alternatives so they don't create any self-harm instances. And I cannot see this word, hyponatremia. That's a word I practiced and I still can't say it properly. And it is low sodium levels in the blood, which can lead to seizures and a coma. So too much salt is bad, and too little salt is bad. There is a happy medium balance, just like with your sugar. So when it goes too low, that is when you can also develop seizures and a coma, because your body does need some salt to operate properly. And withdrawal, withdrawal is an obvious thing, like when you're trying to get off the medication, or if you missed a dose or something like that. Just get his attention real quick. About that. Okay. You'll get flu-like symptoms, anxiety, insomnia, and it can occur when you stop abruptly. So while I say these medications are not the best thing for you, also if you stop too abruptly, it will also have a negative effect on your body. So rather than saying like you're going down a water slide, to stop abruptly and go from you're up here on the medication to straight down here, you want to take it off in gradual steps, like you're going down the staircase. Like I said, if you experience these really bad symptoms, talk to your doctor and start to wean yourself off. Don't just go cold turkey. It can be very dangerous. Some other risks are drug interactions with other antidepressants, birth controls, and pain relievers. And you can also develop heart problems and have a cause in irregular heartbeat. It can also give you problems with diabetes from long-term usage. It can be a cause of developing type 2 diabetes. So you have to monitor your mood and avoid alcohol and recreational drugs. Excuse the indigestion. When you're on this medication or any of these medications that deal with mental health issues, because you don't want drug interactions, you don't want to have self-harm thoughts, you really don't want to have low sodium levels, you don't want to have a whole lot of these things that go along with it. So like I said, look to natural alternatives, change your lifestyle, make it better, start creating more social connections with other people. It doesn't always have to be the same old people that might have led you to be unhappy. Find a new circle. They always say you'll become like the 5 people you spend the most time around. So find those people that you want to be like. So if you want to be a writer, find other friends who are writers. If you want to get into fitness, find other friends who go to the gym. If you want to learn leadership, find other people that are into leadership. Find a community, go to church, do other things, be involved with other people, because that'll also improve your mental health. And you won't need medication, like I read about it. So that has to do with the SSRI medications, and that is why I find them to be something to consider getting off of if you were on them. And like I said, there are very many tools that you can utilize in order to create a healthier lifestyle for yourself and create a healthier whole body. So, like, if you deal with all these mental health issues and your diet is also garbage, improve your diet. Eat whole foods. I think I'm not going to say it's the most beneficial, but things like the paleo diet is the closest to what our ancestors used to eat. Nothing processed, nothing that came from a package. They didn't have darts. They ate, whole grains, and they ate vegetables and fruits, and they had meats and, different dairy products and eggs and everything. When you get into more of the whole foods and everything, and you eat, your recommended amount of calories per day, and then you also get your recommended amount of sleep, and you're not staying up all night trying to get the latest dopamine hit by scrolling your phone. You're actually saying, you know what, it's time for me to go to bed, because if I don't go to bed, I won't get my enough hours of sleep. If I don't get enough hours of sleep, I won't feel great. And all these different factors. Like I said, if you're taking some time to develop these really good habits, that's why I talk about all these healthy tools when it comes to your gut health. Because in the holistic sense, there are 3 key pillars of health that if you manage and balance um, optimally, then you will have more an optimal health than being on these medications for your mental health. So that would be your gut health, your blood sugar balance, and managing your inflammation on your body. And I will do an event about that. And we're wrapping it now, as it is 8:30. So next week is Valentine's Day on Friday, and I'm going to be here doing an event for you, and it's going to be about loving your guts. And I'm going to do a little event about a few ways to manage your gut health through the key pillars of health. So if you want to join live, I will love to have your company. If you catch the video recording after, I still appreciate your time and your attention. And I'm sorry for being distracted by my dog. He's being very distracting tonight. I just rearranged my bedroom, and so now I can see him right up close and center, and I should have put him outside while I did this because he's being very distracting. Sorry if you can hear his nails scratching on his little area there. So I will talk to you guys some more soon. And if you wanted to talk more about this, my inbox is always open. If you see it on YouTube, leave me a comment. We'll find a way to connect somehow. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good rest of your evening. Bye.